Hello and welcome to another episode of Beyond Loss, Loving Life with Karen Chaston. I'm Karen Chaston and it's so great to have you here. I've just realised I've come on live and I haven't shuffled a card for the group, which I love to do every single time. Now, for all of you who don't know who I am, please post your comments below. I am Karen Chaston. Hi, Yumi. Nice to see you here. So I'm Karen Chaston and I help people to move beyond loss. And I do this by assisting them to come back to themselves, to find out who they are again and to love who they are, to love their life. And that's what we're going to be talking about today. Good morning, Marianne and Kerry and Misty, and hello to you all. Okay, I've just picked a card for today. I'm going to quickly read this. And then what we're going to talk about today is we're going to deep dive in to how you can create the essence of your life. I don't do readings, Yumi, and I totally understand if you don't want to stay here. I don't do readings. What I do is I assist people to move beyond their loss. I give them the tools and the gems and the guidance so that they can learn how to move beyond any kind of loss. And there are over 40 different kinds of losses. And today, and I totally understand if you don't want to be here, just go into someone else's show. But who knows, stick around, you might learn something. Because today what we're going to do is we're going to deep dive in to how you can create your true essence of life. And we're going to do that by me showing you how I've created my essence of life. And it's like a blueprint on how you can learn how to live and love your life. Because we all have in my Chaston Center model, we have over 9 areas of life, and they are all intricately combined together. And if you are living your life where you are having one area thrive at the detriment of all of the others, you're not going to be thriving in your life. There is no way that you can thrive in your life. Sure, you may excel in one area of life and it may appear that way for many, many years, but eventually you will feel unfulfilled. You will have this constant area inside of you that is like a drumbeat going, when are we going to start to live and love our lives? When am I going to start to feel fulfilled? When am I going to bring love and joy into my life? When we're going to start to really have a lot of fun instead of just working and working and working and working and working and not truly thriving in all areas of your life? So that's what we're going to deep dive into today, which is a really fun exercise. So I'd love for you to stick around. Totally understand if you can't. But good morning to everyone who is here. So the card that I've drawn today, which is from these beautiful guided, channeled spiritual guidance cards by Marcia Quinton. And the reason I choose these most week is because the message is in the one card. I don't have to go to a book to read it to you. So today we have chosen Rainbow Warrior. How beautiful is that card? And the Rainbow Warrior is a cosmic conscious warrior and will help you with his energy and light. He will heal the wounds of the past with his energy. This powerful Rainbow Warrior carries the power of the universe. This powerful, painful warrior, I'll just read that, sorry. He has opened the realms of healing for you today, so pour forth all that is within that darkens your spirit and allow his magic to flow into your soul. His gift is to bring balance into your life. How amazing. I just picked this card. I hadn't read it. You saw me draw it. And that's exactly what we're talking about today. There's no coincidences in life. Everything comes exactly as it's meant to. His gift is to bring balance into your life. He will only seek this when you are well settled and ready to serve and heal others. Through your conscious mind, draw the connection and allow it to awaken the powerful healer within. This strong connection through your conscious mind opens the channel for the ribbons of colour to pour through to those who are in need. So this is a message for all of us. This is a group message. So take on the Rainbow Warrior, because isn't it just so beautiful? Tracy, I don't do cards. I just tell you how to move beyond loss with guidance and love so that you can create a life that you love each and every day. So I totally understand if that's why you're here and don't want to be here. I send you with love and gratitude. Okay, so as I said today, what we are going to talk about is we are going to deep dive in to, let me bring it up here, the essence of your life. So we are going to teach you how to balance all areas of your life so that you can move beyond any kind of loss that has come into your life and create your true essence of life. So what is the true essence of life? So the essence of success comes from allowing your whole life to be led by your heart. And this is not an easy thing for most of us, because most of us are letting our head and our feelings lead our life. We're not tapping into our true essence, which our heart is guiding us constantly. And a lot of the times we don't trust our heart. So this may be why you are not living and loving your life, and maybe why you are seeking from outside of yourself, not from within. So that's what we're going to do. Your wealth within is your essence, okay? It's not from the outside. Everything comes from within. And when we learn to love and trust who we are within, that is when we start to create the life that we will live and love each and every day. Isn't this just so beautiful? Leave your comments and let me know. Okay, so your life is a journey to discovering your true essence, okay? And many people die without even finding out what their true essence in life is, which is really, really sad. It's because they get stuck into the old beliefs that this is how we live and love our lives, by working really hard, by, just continually just worrying about things, living in fear and all of those things. So that is why when you truly create your true essence of life, which is what we're going to do in the next 50 minutes or so, that's what it's all about. So creating is the essence of life. So are you a creation person? Do you love creating things? Or are you too busy just being in the doing? You're not sitting back and allowing life to assist you to create. We're all here to create, and we all have amazing things to bring into the world. But so often we're too busy in the doing that we're not sitting back and allowing ourselves to stop and to create. And there's so many different ways that you can create, but it's about you taking the time to sit back and actually love it. Thank you, Annabella. I love it too, which is why I love sharing these things. Okay, so you are a cosmic light, brightly radiate your divine essence. So you are a cosmic light. And it's time for you to brightly radiate your divine essence. It's time for you to get out of your fear, out of your playing small, out of your worrying about what everyone else thinks. It's time for you to own who you are, and then to bravely step forward and shine your light. And you all can do it. You wouldn't be here today listening to the things that I'm about to share with you if you were not ready for it. So it's time for you to step out. And remember that love is the essence of all that is. When we go back to our home, when we go finish this beautiful life's adventure that we all chose to come into, when we go back into, when we go home, at the end of this life, it is pure love. It is the That's why we come down here, because to experience beyond love and to be able to come back to love, that's how we learn and it's how we grow. And sometimes we all get so stuck in the day-to-day things that we forget that we are pure love. We forget that life is a journey from love to loss and then back to love. We get stuck in the tragedies of life, in all of the things that have happened to us, that we find it really hard to get back to love. And that's what I'm all about. I'm all about helping people to move beyond those tragic events, to realize that they are just a lesson in your life. They're just a growth potential. And it's about you knowing how to move beyond. So thank you for all your comments. Keep them coming, keep them coming, keep them coming. I love this. So it's all about, today is all about you creating, as I said, your essence of your life, your true essence of your life. It's about creating a blueprint. And the easiest way for me to share with you is I guess, is to share my 8 components to my true essence of life, the true essence of who Karen is. And I don't want you to copy mine. I want you to maybe take them down or rewatch this video after, but create your own. Okay, because everyone's will be completely different. And don't compare yours to anyone else's. Sure, you can get guidance from someone else's, but don't say, oh, mine's inferior or mine's not as good, I'm just going to copy yours. No, it's about you deep diving into you to find your true essence. Right? And if you think of the essence of a flower or of a perfume, you know, there's a whole lot of things that go into creating that beautiful essence. And there's a whole lot of things that have gone into creating you, who you are today. Your life adventures, everything that has happened to you has been there to assist you to become who you came here to be. So let's start deep diving into it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to copy, I've got them all here, obviously, to copy and share with you, and we can go into it. So my first essence, okay, let me enter. Wait on, let me get everything working here. So let me enter, and then when it comes up, I will share it. Show. Okay. So my number 1 essence in life is love, okay? Love and appreciate yourself. Spread the love factor all around you. Make every interaction come from a space of love where you listen without interrupting, speak without accusing, give without sparing, and share without pretending. Now, this is really important, and I'd love your comments on this as we go through these 8 beautiful ingredients that go into the essence of who I am. So what do you feel about love? You know, I write about love all of the time, and I talk about love all of the time. I sign my emails with love and gratitude, and a lot of people find the word love very confronting. They're very much like, oh my God, why does she keep talking about love? I don't understand love. I don't resonate with love. And I feel that sometimes we have this interpretation of love that it isn't. We see love as a romantic thing, and that's all it is. And sure, we love our children and we, you know, love our animals and all those sort of things. But do we love ourselves? And do we really understand the vibration of love? Because a lot of people cannot vibrate into the feeling of love, because they look at their life and they say, well, there's not much in my life to love, which is really, really sad when you consider that we've come from love and we're going to go back to love. So why is it not so easy for us all to feel love in our lifetimes? You know, sometimes we just feel it's just all too hard, and it's easier to not love, to go down into the lower vibrations where we're in blame or we're in fear or we're just like given up, we're depressed. Whereas when we always have love as our ultimate goal, we can always find something in our life to love. And it could be something as simple as the underwear we wear. You know, underwear is so important. It's next to our skin all day long. And when we have really good underwear on, we just feel love. So let me know what you think about love and how you can feel into it. And, you know, if you find love a vibration that is just way beyond where you are at this time, how can you start to have a better feeling thought from where you are today so that you can start heading towards love? And one of the greatest things that I have found is the easiest way for you to start to vibrate into love is my next one, okay? Which is, let me copy it and let me bring it in. And please leave your comments. I'd love to hear what you feel about the essence of what we're talking about today. Sorry, I'm just getting it right so I can line it up and post it in. Okay, and the second one is all about gratitude. Now, if you find it hard to vibrate into love, start with gratitude, because when you start to have gratitude within your life, everything starts to change, and there is always something that you can find to be grateful for. Sure, you may have a big, long list of things that you are not grateful for or things that you'd like to change in your life. But when you start to concentrate on the little things that I am grateful for, you can always find 3 to 5 things different each day to actually concentrate on. So gratitude. When you look for the lesson in your perceived negative situation, your troubles become your blessings. Have gratitude and appreciation for everyone, everything, and every event in your life, viewing them as they are, not even labeling them as a negative or positive. Now, this is a really important point, because when you do start to see everything in your life as a lesson, you really do start to see the benefits of everything that is happening, because from that lesson you can say, right, these are the things that I'd like to change. These are the things that I do not want to experience again. So let's look at ways that I can learn and grow from this so that I can never have to experience that again. You know, so often we have experiences in life that just seem to repeat ourselves. And it's probably because there's a lesson that you never got. You know, so many people, they continually date the same person that, you know, different body that they don't want to keep dating. It's because they never got the lesson from that first person. And if you've been on my shows for a while, you'll know that I love to break down words. And lesson isn't one of those amazing words to break down, because when you get the lesson, there will be less on you. Isn't that amazing? Less on. So start to look for the lessons in every single thing that happens in your day, every single day. You know, just before you go to bed at night, just look back at your day, just mentally go through all the events of the day as they happened, from the time you rose to the time you're about to go to bed, and just say, is there a lesson here for me? Is there a lesson here for me? Is there a lesson here for me? And when you do that every night, you will be grabbing your lessons, and then you'll know the things that you don't need to repeat again, because you have learned the lesson from that. Pretty cool, isn't it? Let me know if you're enjoying this, please. Everyone seems to have gone quiet. And then the third little ingredient in creating, let me just copy this. The third little ingredient in creating your true essence of life is, here it comes, here it comes. I'm loving this. Just let me know if you're loving it. Give me a thumbs up. Let me know exactly where you're at. with this. So the third little ingredient, as you can see, is to create experiences. Now, you create your experiences, okay? Life doesn't happen to you. Life happens for you. And the more that you start to realize that you are a creator of all of your experiences, you start to realize, wow, let's start creating experiences where I can thrive in life. Let's start creating relationships where they are the relationships where we all just love hanging out together, where there isn't, any more animosity. There isn't any times where we're fighting with each other. Let's have amazing experiences that we can create. And it all comes with the intention that you set before you go into any single experience, which is really important. The desire to create is one of the deepest yearnings of our soul. We fulfill this yearning by consciously creating and sharing memorable experiences as we journey with our loved ones, creating our true selves. So what do you feel about that? How amazing is that? That when we realize that everything that happens in our life, we create. So we can create the experiences where we're really happy to be going to work, to be hanging out with the people that we want to hang out with, to be hanging out with our loved ones, to be going on all these adventures. And even the fact of every single thing that we do, we know that we can create it to be an amazing experience, even if it's something that we don't really like. So say it's something like, I don't know, going to the dentist. We can even create it as an experience where it's not so traumatic or so sort of thing. I don't mind going to the dentist. I just go off into my happy place no matter what they're doing. Every single different dentist I've had, they always go, oh, my God, I love you as a patient. I don't know where you go, but you are just off. And I really do love it. Because there's no reason. You don't have to be there. You can go wherever you want, even though you may physically be there. You don't have to be emotionally or spiritually where you are. So the fourth little ingredient that I have put into my true essence of life is to always know that I want to evolve, learn, and grow. Who you are today is definitely a sum of all of your experiences, but it doesn't mean that's who you have to be moving forward. Let me put myself up. I'm sort of like shaking under all of this. So when you learn, evolve, learn, and grow, the whole point of our journey is to continually evolve, and the best way to do this is through investing in our education, mentally, emotionally, physically, and spiritually. The most powerful gift you can give to yourself is the knowledge that through education, who you were, who you are, and who you will become can be three different people. Now, it's really important for us to know this, that who you are today doesn't mean it's who you're going to be in the future. You can decide today to move beyond any kind of loss. There is no requirement for you to carry that loss with you for the rest of your life. Many of my clients, I hear them say, it could be, after a divorce or a death of a loved one, that they can't live without this person. And I'm like, but why? Sure, they were a major, intricate part of your life before this loss event happened in your life. But maybe it happened to assist you to learn and grow and to evolve into a person who you're meant to be. Maybe the fact that they were in your life was holding you back, was stopping you from becoming the person who you are meant to be. When I talk about my corporate life and the person who I used to be in that role, I used to look at my CEO. I was a CFO of a publicly listed company, right? So I was like the two I see. And I used to look at my CEO and I used to say, wow, look at him. There he is out there presenting, doing it, talking to anyone, talking to large crowds. And I was like, there's no way that I could ever do that. I was holding myself back. I have spoken in front of a crowd of 1,500 women, And I had a standing ovation when I got off that stage. And I have held myself back. So, and I loved my corporate career. I always felt that if I didn't have my career, I would be less of a person. And, after losing my son and then 15 months later choosing redundancy, I knew that it was the best thing that ever could have happened to me when I chose that redundancy. So are you holding yourself back, through not learning and evolving and growing? It's a really important question. I have so many people that come to me that they hold themselves back because they truly don't have the courage to invest only a little bit in themselves to move beyond their loss. They get weighted down and down and down and down and down by the load of all of the different loss events that happen in their lives. And the fact that you're here listening to me today, maybe it's time for you to make that investment of time and energy and financial investment as well to actually move beyond your loss. Because I can tell you right now, not only will you feel a lot lighter, you will have a completely new perspective and understanding on why loss comes to visit you in your life. And it's not to make you go down and suffer and to never, ever come up. It's actually to assist you to learn and grow. So maybe today is the time that you start to say, do you know what? One of my ingredients in my true essence of life is for me to evolve, learn, and grow. Thank you, Annabella. That's fantastic, Annabella. I'm glad you've been through it many times. And, the more times you go through it, the less you have to, because it's all about you learning and growing. So the fifth ingredient of my little creating your essence of life is for you to be positive. I think I'm one of the most positive persons I've ever met in my life. And I get it all the time. Why are you so positive? You've lost your son. Like, you lost your job. And I'm like, but what else isn't there? What life is positive, and the more that you are positive in your life, the more that you actually can see a beautiful way forward. It is all about, talking about our problems is one of our greatest additions. We really get so addicted to the negative in life. When someone asks me, how are you? I will always say, I am fantastic, thank you, because it's a choice. And your life is a choice. And being positive is a choice. Okay? When things happen in your life, there is no need for you to stay down there, down and out for very long. So it's time to break the habit and start talking about our joys. The easiest way to do this is to see the positive in every situation, and there is always a positive. Love and the gratitude for everything you have. Realize that many people are desiring the life that you are living. Okay, you may not be living and loving your life, but there is always someone who is better off, and there is always someone who is worse off. So start to see the positive in your life and start to realize that there is always something in your life to be grateful for and to be positive about. So don't go to the negative. Look for the positive. Fantastic. Now, what is Annabella sharing with me? I'm also currently making my own essential oils. I resonate with this on so many levels, and thank you, Annabelle. But you know what? Dan is the co-founder of the Chaston Center. He's been past 9.5 years now. It'll be 10 years in July. And he is with me all the way. And we have both come to the conclusion that everything that has happened in my life was to happen to bring me to who I am today, so that I can assist others to move beyond loss. So thank you for your sentiments. I do appreciate it. But he's with me all the way. Believe me, I spend more time with him than I do with his two brothers who are in this realm. So, but thank you. I appreciate that. So now we're moving on to the sixth little ingredient on how you can create the true essence of your life. Before I bring it up, I'm just going to have a little sip. I just realised that that teacup sort of matches my scarf. How fun is that? I didn't even realise. So thank you. Okay, what time is it? Okay, we're moving along very nicely here. Okay, so number 6. This is a really important one. To be yourself, okay? And I do love the saying, be yourself as everyone else is taken. It's time to own who you truly are, or your flawed, quirky, imperfect self, along with your beautiful, amazing, awesome, and magical self. Once you begin to show up this way, so will everyone else. I'm looking forward to being part of the world. Aren't you looking forward to being part of the world where everyone is themselves? Where they're not this fake person who presents themselves one way in the world and then they go home and they're a completely different person. It's all about us actually loving who we are all the time. And in order to love who we are all the time, we've got to be ourselves. We've got to be the person who we are on the inside. That's the person who we show to the world. I am completely who I am. There's no airs and graces. This is me. If you met me in the street and you started talking to me, this would be exactly the person who you would meet. And that's what I love about being yourself. And actually, really, I love myself. So why wouldn't I be myself? Sure, I do things sometimes. I go, are you serious? But I know it's just a learning experience so that we can all show up and be who we are. So we are all perfectly imperfect selves. So why not be who we are? Now, I'm not going to get political, but I have to say, Donald Trump was always Donald Trump, okay? You either loved him or you hate him, but at least he was always himself. He didn't change when he went into that office. It was exactly the same person. Everyone knew who he was going to be. So love him or hate him, you've got to admire the fact that he was always true to who he is. He figured out his essence a long time ago, and that's who he showed up as. So isn't that exactly what we all want to do? We all want to be who we are. So we're now moving on to the number 7s. We've only got this one and one more. We're going along so nicely here. So more comments would be greatly appreciated. Thank you very much. So number 7 is live in the moment. Right. Live in the moment. Now, this is sometimes not an easy thing to do because we sort of have a tendency to either live in the past or live in the future. So what do you want to do? Like, we only have the present. That's why it's called the present. It's a gift for us to live now. This is the only thing that we can actually have some say in, really, when you think about it. But the things that we do today may be going towards creating our future, but we can't live there at this time. We're living in the present. So let's actually really start to embrace and love the moment, right? Begin to treasure the journey and not the destination. We truly only have the present. It's our special gift, hence why it's called the present. See the beauty that is all around you now. Stop worrying about the future. It's part of what you're designing. Remember, action steps, not worry, will assist you to move beyond your wildest dreams. And it is the fact that if we're designing a life to live out here in the future, all comes down to the action steps that you do today. Like, we've all lived through the 2020 pandemic, right? And I feel that one of the greatest things that came out of that was the fact that if you want to do something, do it now. Don't put it off to the future. Do it now, because who knows what the future is going to bring. You know, my son was going to get married last year. I never understood why he waited a year to get married, but that was his choice. He wanted to have the wedding that he wanted to have. He's still waiting to get married, you know, nearly a year after he was destined to get married, or he had chosen to get married. So it's like, do it now. If you want to do something, do it now. Live in the moment. Don't keep putting things off to another day, because who knows when you will be able to do what you're doing. Start to really live in the moment, saying, right, if I do this now, I will, by continually taking these steps, that's how I'll get to be where I want to be. That's how I'll get to create the dreams that I wanted to create. But the only thing that you can change is in this moment. So start to look at things that will assist you to create that future that you want. But take the action steps today, because it's not just about having an intention and then thinking about it and dreaming about it and visualizing. It's the action steps. And it's in the present that you can create those action steps to act now, which is really beautiful. Queensland is calling me. We'll be there next month, hopefully. Lovely, Annabelle. I'm not sure if you're aware, but I live on the Gold Coast. And I have to say, I've lived half my life on the Gold Coast and half of my life in Sydney, but not like that. I've lived a quarter, like I lived in Sydney for a quarter, and then I lived in the Gold Coast for a quarter, and then I went back to Sydney for another quarter, and now I'm back on the Gold Coast. And I'll stay here on the Gold Coast now because my two sons who are in this realm are both, well, one has a child and one is about to have a child. So you've got to be around your grandkids. That's one thing that, Dan's passing has certainly has certainly taught me, is to be there for your family and to be around for your family. And let's face it, living in the moment, your children grow so quickly, and as do your grandchildren, that it is about being there and living in the moment. And that's what I do. I, make sure that I'm living in all areas of my life. When I was in my corporate life, I can tell you right now, 95% of my time was in my corporate career. I missed out on so many events with my kids, with my families, all because I was creating this life that I thought was the best life on earth. But I can tell you right now, if you're living just creating your work, you're going to burn out. You're going to feel unfulfilled. You are going to have resentment, not only for what you're doing, but also for yourself. You're going to go, what are you doing? Why aren't you living and loving your life? Which is why I love what I do. It's why I help people to move beyond loss so that they can move into love. As I said, it's that infinity life that we're living. We go from love to loss and then back to love. Not many people get back to that love. And that's what I help them to do, to create that better everyday life. Beautiful, Annabelle, you're in Melbourne. Yeah. And I always visit you. And that's why, people get so tied up in the fact that they've lost a loved one. But all they've done is they've just gone through the veil. They're still available. They're just not here physically. They're still here emotionally. Their love is still coming to you. They're here spiritually. It's just a slightly different way that they're here with you. But it's always good for us all to know that they are all here with us. So we're now moving on to number 8, which is the last little ingredient that I have chosen to put into my essence of life. So let's bring it up. There it is. Invest in quality time. This is as important as investing in you. Good relationships don't just happen. They take time, patience, and will contain the people who truly want to be together. Remember, time flies. There are no refunds for misused time, though as you are the pilot, steer your time along a course that best serves you in your true essence. I love this one. I just think it is so amazing that when we start to understand that our relationships are our design. There's 2 people in every single relationship. And there is always going to be 2 of you, and the way you come together is your choice. You can come together in any way that you want to, so that when eventually one of you, moves on, whether it's who knows what the reason is. And I'm not just talking about death. It could be the fact that you're moving away and you won't be seeing each other or as much, or it could be numerous reasons why a relationship changes. But when it does, when you have both come together with the intention of allowing each other to be of their highest quality, to create who they are in their essence, to be able to travel down a road where they are living up to their true essence of life. That is what relationships are all about. And it's about you assisting them to become the best version of themselves. That's what relationships are all about. But so often we get stuck in the fact of trying to change people and to mold them into what we feel they should be. But it's not that way at all. It's about allowing them to find who they are, to find their true essence, and then assisting them to bring it out for everyone to be able to be the best version of themselves. So that is the true essence of life. And that's what I wanted to share with you today. So let me know if there's any questions, if there's anything else that you'd like me to share, because I feel that that's what life's about. It's you being on a journey to find your true essence in life. And loss is going to come to all of us. There are over 40 different loss events that are going to affect all of our lives. That in itself means that we are all going to have multiple major losses. But we don't have to get stuck in the loss. We've never really been taught how to easily move beyond it, which is why I have designed all of my programs. To assist you to know that there is an easy road. There's a 5-step process to assist you to move beyond any kind of loss, to find the true meaning of that loss, to come back to you. And let's face it, you are the only person you are going to be spending your entire life with. So when are you going to start to deep dive into you, to bring out your true essence, to really live and love your life? To bring out all of your gifts that you have to share with the world. And the world is waiting for you. They're waiting for everything that you can create, that you can share, for you to be your true self. So are you ready? Are you really ready to be your true self and to bring that beautiful essence out of you that's probably been laying dormant for way too long? That's the question. Well, thank you, Annabella. I'm so glad that you have been here. I'm glad that you have received the beautiful messages that have been coming to you today. And I'd love to know if anyone wants to share with me, what are some of the ingredients that you're going to, design into your essence of life? It's really important for you to know. So one thing I would also like to share with you, that what I have found is when I work with any person, whether I work with them one-to-one or in a group, or they, do my programs by themselves, they always reach out to me and they always come to a conclusion that life seems to have chipped away at who they are, which is why I love to share the essence of life. They've sort of lost their identity through events that have happened throughout their lives. And they didn't realize that it was slowly being a little bit here and a little bit there and a little bit taken away from them. So what I have done is I've created this amazing 45-day program which assists you to revitalize your life. It assists you to get back to being who you are, because let's face it, as I said, life is all about you. And so often we give away our power, we give away our will to everyone, and then we wonder why we feel depleted and depressed and unfulfilled. So what I'm going to share with you now is that to have a check out this Revitalize Your Life. As I said, it's a 45-day program where each day I will email you a new activity. It takes around 45 minutes max. And the investment is only $45. I've purposely made it $1 a day so that more people can start to revitalize their life, because that's what the world is requiring at the moment. It's requiring for us to deep dive into who we are, because when we deep dive into who we are, then we can not only find our essence in our life, we can also start to find all the joy and the love and the fulfillment. And it really does, this 45 days really does assist you to gain that clarity so that you can come to joy and fulfillment and love. So I highly recommend, I've just posted the link also in the comments for you to actually check it out and deep dive into it. You know, who knows where you are going. Okay, that seems to be it. Motivation, peace, love, joy, expansion. Thank you, Annabelle. That's really Annabelle. I just think that is great that you have been here. So everyone, I would like to thank you all for being here. I hope you do invest the $1 a day in yourself to revitalize your life, because that program will certainly assist you to be able to really deep dive in and find your true essence of life. Namaste and all the best. I will look forward to seeing you all again next week at the same time. Who knows what we'll be talking about then? I really look forward to it though. Bye.